Consider this. It's only a few years till retirement. It may be 3 years, 5 years, or even just 6 months. You've sweated, labored, and worked for years. Now, certain questions are bothering you as you get closer to that well-earned time off. Will I still be able to pay off this credit card when I retire? What about the car installment? Won't these debts follow me into my golden years? This is the precise question we are trying to answer in this video. How can we pay off debt before we retire? And how can we go slowly and steadily without being overwhelmed or panicked? The fact is that your income will often be less after retirement than it was during your active working years. Your budget was influenced by your monthly wage while you were employed, bonuses, and even overtime compensation. But many of these sources of income vanish when one retires. Yes, you will receive money from your pension, but it will often be substantially less than your previous total income. For this reason, one of the best and most reliable ways to live a life free from financial strain and in true serenity is to retire debt-free. So, where do you start? The solution to this question is actually rather obvious. Seeing your existing circumstance holistically is always the first step, and it is essential. In addition to providing you with psychological comfort, this will help you establish a strong basis for the actions you will conduct. Open a notepad on your phone or computer, or grab a pen and paper. Calm down for a moment. What debts do you have? How much and to whom do you owe? What are each one's interest rates? What is your monthly payment amount? How long do these loans have to be paid off? Make a chart with your truthful and concise responses to each of these questions. This chart may initially seem overwhelming or even demoralizing. On the other side, holding this chart is like to holding a powerful compass, because the only thing we really can't control in life is what we don't know. Without understanding how much you owe and which goods are stressing you out, it's very hard to find a solution. You'll probably discover after making this chart that some of your debts are smaller than you initially thought. With your present savings, you might be able to pay off 1 or 2 loans right away. This will greatly motivate you on a psychological as well as economical level. It is quite relieving to have a debt totally forgiven. You feel as though a burden has been removed since that payment item is no longer a part of your everyday existence. Furthermore, you may now improve your savings by rerouting the money you are using to pay off that debt to anything else. Here's a crucial point. While paying off debt, use strategic thinking. Which debt ought to be my first priority? Which debt should be your top priority in the first place if you have several? Interest rates are the most crucial factor to take into account while responding to this issue. You may make a significantly smaller total payment by paying off high-interest bills first. Even while you are making payments, high interest rates make it seem like your debt is never going down and speed up its growth. Credit card debt, for instance, can quickly increase your debt due to its high interest rates. Therefore, your top priority should always be high-interest bills. You may quickly lower your debt and lessen your long-term payment burden by paying them off first. Some people might believe that paying off lesser bills first is preferable. This strategy is always incorrect. You might experience a significant psychological relief when you pay off modest bills quickly since you will have less debts overall. One observable indicator of improvement is when your debt load starts to decline. This approach, also referred to as the snowball method, is widely used. Using this approach, you begin with little debts and work your way up to larger ones. You feel a feeling of accomplishment as you pay off each loan, which fortifies you for the next one. Every loan you pay off during this procedure serves as motivation. It's easy to decide which approach is best for you. Simply learn about yourself and use your preferences and debt levels to discover which approach works best for you. Let's now discuss ways to make better use of your revenue. Actually, one of your biggest advantages is that you're still employed. You are now in a stable financial situation and receive your usual pay each month. You can use this time to your advantage in the future, because your source of income will change dramatically when you retire. During the retirement phase, you may see a decline in your income. Spending your current income in a more straightforward, deliberate, and regulated manner will thereby provide the groundwork for a pleasant retirement in the years to come. With a steady salary throughout this time, preserving money and avoiding wasteful spending will shield you from future financial issues. Examine your budget carefully. In fact, one of the most crucial steps for your financial well-being is determining how much and where your monthly revenue is spent. Which costs are actually required, which ones don't really add much to your life and have just turned into habits. Maybe you often purchase unnecessary clothing, order takeaway, or pay for unneeded digital services each month. Your budget may unintentionally be strained by these kinds of costs. The secret is to identify these expenses and streamline your life to save money. A few simple behavioral modifications might result in monthly savings of several thousand liras. You may greatly accelerate your debt payback process by allocating these funds to your debts. You may manage your expenses and pay off your debts faster in this way. Making more money might also be something to think about. Naturally, you should keep in mind that this additional revenue shouldn't be too much to handle. You may make better use of your time and earn additional money by taking on small, at-home projects in your spare time. Simple yet efficient ways to make money include, for instance, selling your used goods, creating jam or other homemade goods, or doing minor repairs. In addition to organizing your house, you may pay off your obligations with the extra few hundred liras you earn each month. These little extra earnings might not seem like much at first, but after a few months, you'll notice that you've used them to pay off a loan file in whole. In actuality, this offers a great deal of psychological and financial comfort. Restructuring alternatives might make certain debts considerably simpler. If you approach your bank and tell them, "I want to pay off this debt in a shorter period, with a lower interest rate," they could present you with a number of possibilities. This can lower your debt's overall cost, but there's a crucial thing to remember here. While restructuring, take care not to raise the overall interest amount or prolong the payment time excessively. Our objective is to pay off the bills as soon as possible, not to stretch them out or take longer. Therefore, to prevent needless interest load, you should simplify all of your debts and attempt to pay them off as quickly as feasible. Another thing to watch out for is that family members or friends may occasionally make well-intentioned yet perplexing recommendations. Take out more credit, pay off that debt, and then restructure the other one. These cycles only serve to increase your debt load. Applying a straightforward strategy is more important in financial concerns than becoming embroiled in convoluted ones. Complex solutions are seldom as effective as a straightforward yet consistent method. For some people, downsizing their house could be a good alternative. Moving to a smaller, more affordable house might result in significant savings if your present residence is both huge and costly. Utility expenses, property taxes, and dues will all go down, which will make debt repayment simpler. In the long run, this might make a lot of sense, even if it can seem like a drastic step. Peace, not grandeur, is what the retirement time is all about. Above all, consider the tranquility that accompanies debt-free existence. Knowing that you owe no one anything when you get up in the morning. Having the impression that all of the money in your pocket is now yours alone. The true meaning of retirement is created by this emotion. Recall that having no debt in retirement is not a pipe dream. Everything begins now. You get closer to that immense relief with each little step you take. Delaying, ignoring, or confronting it head-on is not the key. Because you deserve the finest throughout this stage of your life, your retirement years. A debt-free, stress-free, peaceful, and unrestricted life. You're worthy, and with a few determined actions, this can be accomplished. Begin now. Check out your debts. Make a little move. perhaps settle one loan. Make a plan, perhaps. However, be sure to take action. Because being debt-free is the first step towards retirement tranquilly.